Good morning to you. This is a live look at Stampede Park, where hundreds of thousands of people are set to eventually stroll in as we do kick off this greatest outdoor show on earth today. Our special broadcast of the 2023 Calgary Stampede Parade. Welcome. We are right in the heart of it, down on the parade route.
Well, down on the parade route, but up in the air, Dallas. We're at 9th Avenue and Center Street. So right across from the Calgary Tower is our broadcast location. We can see the parade as it comes to us, and we're going to be bringing you all of the sights and the sounds of the parade. How was your morning here? Fun?
Yeah, folks who are just joining us now, we've been out on the parade route for several hours, talking to a number of people who were here bright and early 4 or 5 hours ago.
Yep.
Lining the route. We've talked to people from Ontario, from Calgary, who've been here, who haven't missed a parade in 30 years and get the same spot on the route every year. That just goes to show just how vital this is to the city and to the Stampede.
I was hanging out in the parade staging area, Dallas, and the word from there is the excitement level is very, very high this year. This feels like the year that we are back from COVID. This feels like the year, and we've got a heck of a parade lined up for you with about 300,000 of our closest friends on the sidelines.
And it is the year that international travel really is back for the first time since 2019, and you're going to see that on the parade route today. We know international bands are back for the first time. We're seeing some from Denmark, from all across the U.S. and Canada as well, so there is so much to look forward to throughout the next couple of hours, and we're going to bring it to you right from here at the beginning of the parade route. And I think we have a special friend with us.
I think we have some help this year once again, and we're super happy that our TMS host, Jeff from Toronto, is in town with us once again, Jeff. And this is your second Calgary Stampede Parade on the sidelines, so you're practically a cowboy.
Well, listen, Les, I can finally say this is not my first rodeo, so I'm very excited to pat and to move forward. And to what you both were saying earlier, yeah, you can feel it down here on the ground. I mean, I was here last year, and it was, the first year the Stampede was really back, but it's back bigger. I mean, you can feel it here on the streets. I mean, the excitement. And just before we get underway, I just have one question really quickly, if I could, for you, Dallas. Is my hat on right? Is my hat on backwards?
Listen, I had a windy start to the morning. I grabbed my hat. I went on TV and I put it on backwards. I'm never going to live that down with my family. But hey, it's okay. And Jeff did learn the cardinal rule that the boots go underneath the jeans last year.
I was going to say. I'm so happy that you're not doing the tuck.
If there's anybody that knows fashion faux pas, okay, here at the Stampede, it's yours truly. So I'm just glad that I'm now in good and esteemed company.
Jeff, you are going to be out on the route getting the true fan experience, and you're going to be chatting with people all morning, but you had the opportunity to chat with the one who's going to be leading it all, the 2023 Stampede Parade Marshal Jeremy Hansen this morning.
Yeah, you bet. We got to sit down. Actually, we're at the Fairmont Hotel, which is just down the street from where I am right now. We had a great conversation both on the air and off. Off the air, we compared resumes. That was a pretty short conversation. An accomplished man that, so we moved on from that, and we talked to him about how excited he is. He's actually back in Alberta because he was at Cold Lake, at CFP Cold Lake, as a fighter pilot back in the day. So we talked to him about that and much more. Have a look.
Super pumped to be here in Calgary. Energy here is really great, and I can't wait to get out there on the parade route, riding a horse. Excited about that. I'm kind of like Christmas morning kid, excited about this. I met my horse Cisco yesterday. I'm just really excited about a great day.
Okay, talk to me about the preparation, because preparing to go to the moon is one thing, but preparing to be the parade marshal this year, have you ever ridden a horse?
Yeah, my mom sent me a photo of me on a horse when I was a kid. I've been on a few trail rides, but it's probably been over 30 years. So, yesterday I had 3 main jobs to do. I had to get cowboy boots, I had to get a hat, and I had to learn to ride a horse. So I got checked out yesterday on Cisco. It's not Cisco's first rodeo. He's been on the parade route a number of times. He knows what he's doing, and he assured me he's going to take care of me today.
Okay, so I have to ask you, what are you more nervous about? Going to the moon or mounting Cisco, being in the parade today?
Before the test drive yesterday, maybe mounting Cisco, but now today I'm more nervous about the moon. I feel like I'm in great hands today.
All right, well, let's talk a bit about Alberta if we can, because you've got roots here. You spent quite a bit of time as a fighter pilot at CFB Cold Lake, right?
Yeah, it's true. I lived here 7 years, and my wife Catherine, all 3 of our kids were born in Alberta, and so this is a bit of a homecoming for us. We love it, although one major faux pas, we never made it to the Stampede while we lived here, so now we're making that right. And what a way to do it. The parade marshal. Wow, what an honor. I mean, last few months have been incredible, being assigned to this mission. It's a lifelong dream, and then since then I've just had some incredible honors bestowed upon me. This is a huge one, and just the people I'm meeting and the energy and people coming around each other, celebrating community. I really love it. It's a great feel here.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, you've had so many kind of pinch me moments since this was announced, about a year ago, that you're going to be part of the Artemis II mission, going to the moon. You were the flag bearer for Canada at the coronation. Now you're here as the parade marshal. Can you put into words what the last 12 months or so have been like for you?
Just humbling, truly. For me, I don't merit these things. I'm just a regular Canadian who's been supported, and a lot of people came together to make this possible for a Canadian to go to the moon. I just happen to be the one who's in that spot. And so what I feel like is my job is to be a bit of a mirror and just reflect this back on Canada. Like, this is huge. We have Administrator Nelson here, Senator Nelson. He runs NASA, and he's here at the Stampede with us, and he's here with Minister Champagne, and they have a great relationship because we're trying to do big things with the country. The administrator's here because he recognizes there's a lot of genius in this country that can help this international collaboration achieve big things, going to the moon and then on to Mars. And while we're doing that, we're working on solving problems that matter to us on the planet. How we deliver healthcare remotely. We need to improve that here on the planet, but we also need it if we're going to go to Mars. How we grow food. All of this stuff connects. As we go further into the solar system, basic needs become the problem, and we're facing that on the planet as we adapt to climate change. So it really matters, and the fact that they're here or he's here shows us we've got genius to offer. We're respected, we're needed on the world stage, and I just want Canadians to see that. When I'm on that horse today, I want them to be as proud of themselves as I am of them.
Listen, before I let you go, just where are we when it comes to the Artemis II mission? Your training, are we still on track for, I think it's November 2024?
Yeah, right now we're on track for that launch date. You never know how these things go. It's a test flight, so we've got a lot of testing to do. The crew and I have been working hard with the team down at the Johnson Space Center. So these are the experts who actually be in mission control. We're sitting with them, going through the systems, going through the test plan, how we're going to get from right now till launch day in November 2024. I love this stuff. It is super fun. These people are amazing. Got a great team at the Canadian Space Agency at NASA. We're up to big things.
All right, there's our parade marshal for 2023, Jeremy Hansen, with me earlier. And Dallas, Leslie, can you believe, you spent, as he mentioned, 7 years here in Alberta, never got to the Stampede, and he arrives at his first Stampede as the parade marshal. I think that's kind of like the ultimate make good.
Yeah, not bad. I love the way he tried to tell you he's just a regular Canadian. No, right? You're not. You're an outstanding Canadian, right? Yeah, super cool. Hey, Jeff, you're in the crowd, and we are seeing the crowd's really piling on. It's pretty thick out there.
Yeah, let's have a quick look because everyone is really excited, pumped to be here. Look at that. Yes, we got a great crowd. So how excited is everybody to see Dallas Flexhaug and Leslie Horton? Huh? Let's hear it for them.
Okay, note to self. You ever want a crowd to get going, guy? Jeff McArthur is your man.
Yeah. Either that, no, I just dropped the names Dallas and Leslie. I've been doing it all week long here at the Stampede. It's amazing.
We're so happy to have you back in Calgary, Jeff. We're so happy to be joining you on this Stampede Parade journey today. We're going to be checking back in with you throughout the parade as you get all those yahoos from the crowd. And I just want to say, what are you looking forward to most as your second Stampede Parade today?
You know what? I'm looking forward to, you guys mentioned earlier about the international component and the marching bands back for the first time. So, I mean, it was great last year. It's going to be even bigger and better this year with more marching bands from right around the world. So looking forward to that. And fireworks. I'm looking forward to fireworks, apparently.
And you're looking forward to the fireworks.
I think that means it's just about time.
You're hearing fireworks from a pre-parade show just at the beginning of the Stampede Parade route, which means we are just about to get going here, broadcasting from the beginning of the Stampede Parade route. Jeff, we're going to let you go. We'll check back in with you in a few minutes as we can almost see them starting to line up and get ready to walk down the road, Les.
The pre-parade is coming our way, so our location is 9th Avenue Centre Street, right across the street from the Calgary Tower, right in front of the Marriott, as we wait for the pre-parade folks to come our way. And is that, I think, okay, you know what? We've got Ashley Cullingbull there. She's the celebrity judge for the Floats Dallas, and I caught up with her this morning. Mm-hmm. She is an Indigenous advocate. She is a model. She is an actress. She is a sports host, and she's really all about inspiring. She's on a mission to inspire, especially kids, and so to see her in the middle of a bunch of kids for the pre-parade is super, super exciting.
She is such an inspiration, and she is a well-known face. She's a celebrity, Indigenous woman and Canadian to be a Sports Illustrated swimsuit model, which is a feat in itself. But all of her projects, she says, can't wait to see what's going to happen over the next 5 years.
Yes.
And we continue to follow her journey as we continue to follow these little ones walking along the parade route before we really get going.
On them as they're walking past our cameras, past our parade site. Hi, little guys.
The marching is really good.
The marching, right? Some of them are embracing the marching. Some of them have gone astray. Nobody panic.
Oh, the mums are running beside.
When the mums are running beside, you know that things have gone astray a little bit. We've got some sheriffs down there, I noticed. Little tiny, teeny sheriffs. And even some cowboy hats with whistles.
Oh, yes, with the whistles. You'll hear the whistles, but you're hearing a lot of noises here in the crowd as well. Looking forward to this. We've got over 90 parade entries this time. 24 floats, 12 bands. We're going to see 800 horses, and again, the bands from all over the world.
And I have stepped in some of that horse pucky action already this morning. Oh. So that smell, well, it is me because I've been running around, but it's also the smell of Stampede. We are getting ready for the first entries of the parade to come our way. Stick with us this morning. Global so happy to bring you live broadcast of the Calgary Stampede Parade. We're back right after this. Fans, Yahoo!
Yahoo!
You're watching the Calgary Stampede Parade, a global news special broadcast brought to you by OPA.
Well, that music, I think, might mean that the Stampede Parade is just about underway. Dallas Flexhaug, welcome to our live coverage of the 2023 Calgary Stampede Parade. This really kicks off the big show, and we can see the action starting to come towards us from our broadcast location, 9th Avenue and Centre Street, and welcome to you.
Welcome to you. Welcome to our special coverage. We've got a great vantage point here, so we are going to bring you all the sights and sounds of the parade as we see it, and we can all experience it together. Here in person, though, last year we saw 305,000 people line the parade route in person, hoping to top that this year. We'll see those final numbers, but of course, this kicks off the greatest outdoor show on earth for another year.
111.
111. Can you believe that?
I feel like I've been around for most of them. And here comes our Calgary Police Service, always at the beginning of the parade, Dallas, and they are everywhere downtown as they are keeping all of us safe, spectators and visitors and VIPs, and we've got some VIPs. The Prime Minister is in town, not expected to come to this parade. He has been taking in a pancake breakfast. this morning, and then we'll be at Stampede this afternoon.
Yes, we did see Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, who will be in the parade. Another federal politician, Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre. He will be riding in the parade today. Of course, we are taking a look at the pace car and some of the folks, and everybody needs a pace car. This is, of course, the GMC entry, which officially means, you know what, Les? Here we go.
I would like to have a pace car. I would like a car to keep pace with me. Yes, the pace cars always begin the Stampede Parade, Dallas, and they're making their way. You know, the crowd in this area where we are, 9th Avenue and Center Street, looking towards McLeod Trail, I see a lot of people on the sides of these roads. The weather really is good for it because it wasn't too hot this morning, and after that rainstorm last night, I thought, oh man, what is this going to do for the parade? But it dried out nicely. People were out here first thing this morning getting ready, and now the sun is just starting to come out. It's a beautiful day for a parade.
Beautiful day for a parade, and last night is just a reminder of Stampede weather here in Calgary. If you're visiting from outside of the city, it's either going to be hot or it's going to be wet and stormy, or it's going to be somewhere in between. So we've had a little bit of it all, but not expecting it to rain on our parade today, at least until this afternoon, when people can get into the grounds for free.
Yes.
Up until 1:30 following the parade. I'm really enjoying hearing the sights and sounds with everybody, and I'm so looking forward to all of the marching bands that we are going to get to listen to as a front row seat, and bringing our viewers as well.
And I know that you're a big fan of the Calgary Stampede Show Band, which of course is going to be kicking off the parade, and I can see them off into the distance now. And they do, Dallas, hundreds and hundreds of presentations each and every Stampede. They are on the go from morning till night, and they are world class, our Calgary Stampede Show Band. And here we go with the first float. Suncor now is on board, a new sponsor with the Calgary Stampede Parade. This is one of 2 Suncor floats to kick off things this morning.
All right, they are a new sponsor. Yes, the first year as sponsor for them, and we are going to be followed then by, here, we'll wave to them.
Hi.
Welcome, Suncor, to the Stampede Parade. They're waving at folks along the side as well. And in the distance, I can see who other than Harry the horse.
I made such an error the other day. I called him Howdy.
Uh-oh.
Man, I didn't think horses had feelings. This horse has got some feelings. I heard all about it. So I need to apologize publicly yet again. That is Harry the horse, who is the best Stampede horse mascot that we could possibly ask for. It's not Howdy. I think I was thinking of Heidi and Howdy from the Olympics.
Yeah, so that's 1988. Harry has a lot.
Like yesterday to me, Dallas.
But Harry's got a lot of history as well, has been part of this parade since 1985. He's the one who's going to remind everybody from Calgary and beyond that it's Yahoo,
Yeah.
not Yeehaw. So
Yes.
he's got his signs, and he's going to be telling us all that it is Yahoo. And you might see him around if you're taking in some of those pancake breakfasts this year, because we are celebrating 100 years of pancake breakfasts at the Calgary Stampede.
And carrying our official banner, we've got Girl Guides from around Calgary, and they were super excited. They gathered this morning down at Fort Calgary, and they were super excited to be taking part in such a leading role with the Calgary Stampede Parade. And there is our Harry, Yahoo! So he's just making sure we all know that, Yahoo!
But look at the license plate.
I know it says Yeehaw, but we can't control everything, Dallas.
We try sometimes. So what you're going to see beside Harry and along the route today, you're going to see the cadets walking with numbered, they're going to keep us on track with what number of entry we're in. Mm-hmm. So the cadets, an important part of this parade, and important to mention that our Stampede Parade Marshal and our honorary Stampede Parade Marshal, General Wayne Eyre, were also cadets.
Isn't that interesting that they were both cadets, and now together they are here? And as Astro Jeremy, as we call him, because that's his social media handle, says, General Wayne Eyre, well, that's my boss.
That's my boss.
That's my boss.
And we've chatted with him a few times, the Stampede Parade Marshal. And he, again, just a very humble guy, saying he's a regular Canadian, that he's looking forward to really putting Canada on the map in this new way. And that's huge. The face of Artemis II, which we haven't seen. We haven't seen a manned mission to the moon since 1972.
Well, and he says he was inspired by so many of the astronauts and space adventures, as he likes to call them, before him, and he hopes to be that inspiration to some of the kids in the crowd today, because if you can see it, you can be it. right, is the saying. And he really does believe in that. You know, when you first started interviewing, when he was announced and you had an interview over Skype with Astro Jeremy, we all said to ourselves, what a kind, humble, lovely, inspiring man. Times 1,000 when you meet him in person.
Really? Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
Very good to know. Just before we get to the Stampede Show Band, let's talk about some of the other parade marshals that we've seen over the years. Last year, of course, was Kevin Costner. You got a chance to meet him.
Yes, I certainly did.
Yellowstone fame.
William Shatner. We've had some legends. Chris Hadfield. I remember when Chris Hadfield was the parade marshal, he was recently returned from space.
Right.
And your body takes some time to adjust.
Yes.
So it took some time for him to adjust, but he had the most awesome boots that you could ever find. Okay, Calgary Stampede Show Band. This is it, folks. Away we go. Since 1971, 140 people. Let's take a listen as we have the Calgary Stampede Show Band officially kicking off the Calgary Stampede Parade. If you ever get a chance to see the Stampede Show Band at the Stampede grounds where they are in their element, slow down and take it in because they are amazing. Followed by, of course, the Calgary Stampede Show Riders.
Also have been a part of the Calgary Stampede Parade since 1985. This is your first official horse entry of the Calgary Stampede Parade, if we don't count Harry the horse. We're going to see a lot of horses along this Stampede Parade route today. 800 and change. We can tell you a lot about the Stampede Show Band as well. Here we go. We will, but the moment has arrived.
Astronaut Jeremy Hansen. He's wearing his space jacket, which is super cool. So yesterday he said he had to learn how to get onto a horse and ride a horse. So he went to Smithbelt yesterday and they fitted that hat to his head, and he's got his astronaut patch on the back of his hat. So he's not going to put his hat on backwards, Dallas, unlike some people we know.
He's waving to the crowd now. He looks comfortable on a horse, so he's learned how to ride a horse. He's gonna learn how to go to the moon next.
And he is with the president of the Calgary Stampede, Will Osler, his first year in the role of president, and that's a pretty big grin from ear to ear from the president of the Stampede. And here comes, General Wayne Eyre. There he is. He's got his Army fatigues with his cowboy hat. How awesome is that?
Yeah, he has worked with the Canadian Armed Forces. He was a cadet as well. Jeremy Hansen, our parade marshal, calls him his boss. We're getting some waves from the crowd as well. Chief of Defence Staff General Eyre oversees the military mission to defend Canada's values. So it's a big job.
Oh, absolutely. And he's got the color guard, the honor guard with him as well. He has got a big ride ahead of him. Now, 100 years of chuck wagons, 100 years of wagon races. Here we go.
It's a big year It's called the Year of Celebration. That's the theme for this year's Stampede, as we do celebrate 100 years of the Chuck Wagons at the Calgary Stampede Parade. Guy Wiedek, you've probably heard of that name before if you're around these parts. He introduced it in 1923. So this year features 100 years of champions, a very special entry. We see them every year, but extra special this year.
And you see some big names, too, in these wagons. That was Tommy...
we have the Sutherland family.
Yeah, the Sutherlands, the Glasses, and the Benz Millers. You're all going to see represented. This is such a multi-generational sport, isn't it?
Yeah, Jason Glass. We were talking about the Glass family here. His great-grandfather was Tom Lauder. He won the Chuck Wagon races, guess what year? 1924.
Oh!
So when we're talking about multi-generational, we really mean it. It is in their blood. They work so hard. It is one of the highlights for the folks who like the rodeo and the Chucks down here at the Calgary Stampede Parade.
They're really a big draw every single year. And you can see some of these, the Labacane family is there. You can see some of these Chuck Wagon drivers if you go to the various breakfasts around Rope Square downtown, which is it's Olympic Plaza, but for this week it's called Rope Square. They show up in their Chuck Wagons and they start making some pancakes.
Which is a good way to experience the culture and what we see if you can't get into the Chucks or if you don't want to stay up that late. But again, we are now followed by 100 years.
There we go with Princess Sarah. We've got the royalty here, the Calgary Stampede royalty, Princess Sarah Lambros. And she is accompanied by First Nations Princess Leah from Siksika Nation. Lovely, lovely young ladies that are representing Stampede so well.
So Sarah and Aaliyah will be going to hundreds of events, several hundred throughout the year. So this is not just about being a part of the parade. They are really leaders and ambassadors for the Calgary Stampede and for great causes throughout the year as well.
And this is the Calgary Exhibition and Stampede Promotion Committee float for 2023. And we
mini donuts.
Oh, mini donuts, of course, and a Ferris wheel, as you would. Oh, and there's our premier heading up this group.
We're seeing there's Premier Danielle Smith leading the way. She's got her own Calgary Stampede banner. We see some city councillors in here as well. Oh, guess what? Guess who the boss is of this Stampede Parade, as we're told. You know what? The horses are going to do what they want to do.
Yes.
You got to let them do what they want to do. So if they want to take a pause, back up a little bit, that's what these folks are going to do.
Oh, there was the mare. Jody Gondek was in there. She looks pretty comfortable on a horse, doesn't she?
I think this is not her first rodeo, as Jeff was saying as well. It's just beautiful to see these horses and hear the sounds in person and along the route. I hope it's translating at home, as we do have our cameras and sights and sounds for you along the route. But again, the other big draw, along with the horses, are the bands.
And it is the cloppity cloppity clop of that horse that really takes you to a different place. If you're a city slicker like me, we don't hear that, right? Just once a year during Stampede is when we hear that, and that reminds you of our Western culture.
You know what reminds me of the Calgary Stampede Parade? That is the Calgary Stetson Show Band. Of course, they have been around for a long time as well, formed in 1988. Let's have a little listen for you of the Calgary Stetson Show Band. And as we take a look at the Calgary Stetson Show Band, the WestJet corporate folk following behind, we've got the morning show's Jeff McArthur along the parade route as well. Jeff, what are you seeing over there?
Thank you, Leslie and Dallas. Yes, we are here ground level, and I've got Rhonda with me. Rhonda, it's nice to see you. Good morning. Welcome back to the Stampede Parade. What number is this for you?
Oh, I don't know. I can't even count. I would tell you my age, but...
Okay, well, you can tell me this. I know. What time did you get here this morning to get these incredible seats?
5:30 a.m.
5:30 a.m. So you've been hanging out for, what, 4 or 5 hours?
We have.
Yes.
Yep.
Good for
Yep.
you, so. And tell me who you've got with you here in your lap.
These are my grandchildren, Kira and Levi.
Okay. We're talking like 3 generations here with you.
You bet. I have my daughter and her children, and we've been bringing our kids since they were little, and now I'm bringing my grandkids.
What is it about the Stampede that you love so much?
The atmosphere, the attitude, the fun. It's just great.
By the way, a pro tip for everybody too, if you are down here with the kids, I see that you brought a bit of a survival kit with you. What do you got? Popcorn, what else?
Got popcorn, pretzels, water, all the good stuff.
Okay, and something in there for Grandma too, I hope.
No, unfortunately.
That's after the parade. So, okay, enjoy the Stampede. Thank you. So, Dallas, Leslie, back to you.
All right, Jeff, thank you. We have just been watching the Tsutina parade, the folks from Tsutina Treaty 7 come through. Chief Roy Whitney in with the RCMP, and now we've got the regimental pipes and drums, Dallas, of the RCMP, and oh, the red surge.
It is a big year for the RCMP this year as well, celebrating 150 years of service. Milestones all over the place.
And they've been in every parade, every Stampede parade since the beginning.
I am just thinking about the international visitors we have here and how much they would appreciate seeing the RCMP along this parade route.
Well, it is iconic. It is, the red surge is known around the world, right? The musical ride is coming our way, and this is a real treat. You're going to have an opportunity to check out the musical ride. They've got some various performances that they're going to be doing down on the Stampede grounds over the next 10 days.
They are going to be at the Nutrien Western Events Center, GMC Stadium, throughout the 10 days, starting July 8th. But the folks here at the parade and you at home watching, we're getting a treat now. Again, Canadian icon, this troop of riders, police officers, very special entry, bigger entry than normal, just because we are marking that 150th anniversary.
And on the RCMP bus coming our way, these are retired RCMP members, a very strong retirement contribution group with the RCMP. Once you are in the RCMP, you stay in the RCMP. So RCMP veterans, 150 years of protecting Canadians, and these are some proud veterans that are on this bus.
And just behind those veterans, you're going to see the Calgary Stampede show wagon. So we've got some matching horses, a chuck wagon, as again we continue to celebrate 100 years of chuck wagon races in the city. Heavy horse hitch.
And the volunteer of the year, Kevin Hogg. There is always a volunteer of the year with the Calgary Stampede, because the Stampede really runs on volunteers, right? There are thousands and thousands and thousands of volunteers that make this show run during the 10 days, but also all year long there are Stampede activities and outings.
It is a full year production. This doesn't come together overnight. He's got a good Yahoo. Did you hear that one?
Well, that's probably why he's volunteer of the year. It was probably a Yahoo competition that they had going on. Okay, this is Special Olympics. These are the torchbearers. Special Olympics, this is so exciting. In 2024, the Special Olympics will be held for Canada, the Winter Games here in Calgary. So they're preparing for that. We've got athletes, we've got torch runners who are law enforcement officials. They just came back from World Games with a bunch of medals, making us so proud in Calgary. So next year it's going to be in Calgary.
It's a big year for Calgary next year. We're going to see that BMO Event Center open up and the Special Olympics come in. We are now looking at the Calgary Chinese community. This is one of our cultural floats of the year, always so colorful. Their theme this year, peace, love, and freedom. And this is to commemorate the Canadian and Chinese railroad workers who contributed to building CPR Railway from Eastern Canada to BC back in the 1800s, late 1800s.
So it is a celebration of that. It is the year of the rabbit. and the good luck that brings, and that's how you bring in the themes of peace, love, and freedom. And now we've got the dragon dancers that are doing their performance, and it is so physical what they're doing. Imagine doing that for the entire parade route.
It takes 2 hours about from start to finish to walk this parade route, so that dragon dance, just a beautiful display, but they are earning their rest after this for sure. We're seeing some aerials, some cartwheels following in behind them as well.
Imagine cartwheeling through the Stampede Parade route. That would be a bit of a challenge. Or you could do your baton twirling too. And more of the dragons, the dragon heads are coming our way now. Amazing to watch them. Again, they're athletes that do these performances. Let's listen to this drumming set.
Welcome now, the sound of the Rockies. This is a high school marching band. It is of the Our Lady of the Rockies High School, so that's a new name for the high school, if you know. We are going to have a little listen to this marching band, and we're going to be back in a little bit. Your 2023 Calgary Stampede Parade.
Do I need to powder, do you think?
Do I? I think you're good.
You're watching the Calgary Stampede Parade, a global news special broadcast brought to you by OPA.
And welcome back to our 2023 Calgary Stampede Parade coverage here on Global News and Global Calgary as we continue to follow. Oh, we're about a quarter of the way through this Calgary Stampede Parade now.
About a quarter of the way, just in time for our first pooper scoopers to come by. The men in kilts, they'll clean up anything.
Normally it's windows and gutters, but every year along the Calgary Stampede Parade, you can see them cleaning up what the 800 plus horses leave behind on the 2 hours of the parade route. They are quite the fan favorite.
Absolutely they are. Here we have the winner of the Best Community Social Impact Award, and that is the Ismaili Muslims Welcoming the World. 36 years this organization has been in this parade.
Another one of the cultural floats as part of this Stampede Parade. There are 94 floats in total. And often they change them up every year. Each year has a different theme.
Well, you have to apply.
Right.
Right, you have to apply, and you have to show that you're not just going to be you walking around in your outfit with your hat on backwards.
Well, that's fair enough. We understand that. So that's representing the immigrants of Canada, part of the fabric of Canadian culture for sure. Following behind that, part of the fabric of the Calgary Stampede, the Calgary Stampede Rodeo Committee. So they say they're about two things: the skill of the competitors and the quality of the horses and the bulls and the steers that make them up. So every afternoon, 1:30 p.m., we got a rodeo.
And it's different this year, right? So usually we have a wild card round. They're not having that this year. They're having 3 pools, A, B, and C. So they've taken the wild card out. So it's going to unroll a little bit differently. We'll see how this is the first year for that. So we'll see how that develops. But those rodeo folks work really hard. And we've got some of those big rodeo names come to town. Like, these are athletes.
They are athletes, and we do call them that, along with cowboys and cowgirls. Again, the rodeo every day of the 10 days of the Stampede. We're having a little pause here, but we are expecting the Lethbridge and District exhibition. This is the horse entry. Are they taking a pause, or are the horses deciding to pause?
Well, they do say that the parade is on schedule or not, due to how the horses are feeling about the whole thing. There's one horse there, he's not looking like he's maybe that keen to get going.
They're on the move now.
They're on the move now. So this is the Lethbridge and District exhibition. It's a year-round organization, does a lot of great work down in the Lethbridge area, a lot of volunteers. They do tourism, agriculture, education, recreation, all about life in southern Alberta.
Horse fans will enjoy this one. If you're a fan of the Arabian horse, this is the Calgary Arabian Horse Association. Followed by, again, you can see the cadets on the side of the parade route. They're keeping track, they're keeping the numbers, they're keeping everybody in order. Parade Marshal Jeremy Hansen, once again, was a cadet, so this is a big moment for them as they take part in the Calgary Stampede Parade as well.
And they were fueling up at the pancake station this morning, so the cadets are well fueled up with the pancakes. Look at this regalia. Stunning. Calgary Arabian Horse Association.
So they are the oldest known riding horse in the world, which is what makes them special along this route. Look at their hooves. I don't know if you can translate that on TV, but they're spray painted. They're colorful.
Oh, they are. I didn't even realize that. Thanks, Dallas. Even some sparkles on that one. And here's a little tiny rider.
Oh, yeah, they're going fast. Oh, and they're running behind. Sometimes these things happen.
Sure, absolutely. Sometimes these things do happen. Can you imagine what it would take to put together the outfits or the outfits that these horses are wearing? That's a heck of a lot of work.
And even what you're seeing with who's on top of those horses, the beading, the sequins, their Swarovski crystals, those are all hand applied.
Swarovski crystals on the horse's hooves. Unbelievable. Well, I hope you're taking that in, Jeff, and I hope you are appreciating the work that goes into making those horses sparkle and shine.
Absolutely. We are loving this year's edition of the Calgary Stampede Parade. Dallas, Leslie, I'm here in the crowd. I've been searching to see who's come from far and wide. We've got actually Texas and Wisconsin represented here. Can we hear it for Texas? Woo! Can we hear it for Wisconsin? Woo! Pretty even. All right, we're joined by Stacy and Sydney. Sydney, you're in from Texas, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and tell me what brings you here to the Stampede?
I was here for a conference for work. Representing the beef industry, and we have to stay see the festivities here at the parade and the Stampede.
Yeah, nice. All right, so you're representing beef. If you're from Wisconsin, obviously you're representing cheese.
Oh, absolutely. Cheeseheads forever. Also representing my daughter's high school band. They are marching today.
Yeah. Tell me about that in your shirt. I think so far one of the best shirts we've got at the parade. It's not a parade until the marching band shows up.
Absolutely. Lakeside Lutheran High School Marching Band out of Lake Mills, Wisconsin. Yeah, shout out to you guys. My daughter plays clarinet, so we're very excited to see them marching in this parade.
Yeah. What was it like as mom watching your daughter learn the clarinet?
Terrible. But it's so rewarding when they get to be good and they start really enjoying it. Yeah. And having an opportunity like this is phenomenal. Watching a parade like this with 300,000 of our closest friends. Yeah. Awesome.
All right. Well, Stacy, Sydney, thank you both so much. Glad you made the trip here to Calgary for the Stampede and enjoy the parade. All right. Is everybody having a good time here at the parade? Yeah. Dallas, Leslie, back to you.
Getting ready for post-parade fun at the Stampede Grounds. Free admission till 1:30, so we got a lot of parade left coming your way. And live on Global this morning. We're back after this.
You're watching the Calgary Stampede Parade, a global news special broadcast brought to you by OPA.
Space Rex has entered the parade.
This is a new float for the University of Calgary. Welcome back to our Calgary Stampede Parade coverage for 2023. So Rex, that's of course the University of Calgary Dinos mascot. But you know, I think they're taking a page out of the Jeremy Hansen book, honoring Space Rex, of course, our 2023 Stampede Parade Marshal, Canadian Space Agency astronaut, Jeremy Hansen.
And he's so awesome. We had a great visit with him. University of Calgary, you know, I'm so impressed with what they're doing there. They've got 2 entries. They've got Space Rex and they've got the solar car as well. And I was talking to some of the young engineers that are involved with the solar car, and they're so excited about the future of the work that they're doing. It really does make you feel that we are in good hands with the young people who are creating and visualizing and looking into the future. And that's exactly what astronaut Jeremy Hansen says to do. Visualize and then say it out loud.
Taking a look at some of the crowd there. Before we get to another band, proud University of Calgary alumni, by the way. They do such great work down there.
You should be super proud.
I am no astronaut, but they do such great work. Anytime you can talk about them. The Faculty of Vet Medicine at the UC as well. It gives advice and research into animal care and practices.
Oh, yes.
It's really leading edge on so many fronts at that university. Proud to have in our city as well.
Proud to have this, the Calgary Stampede Roundup Band. This is an amazing organization. It's been around since 1956, so 67 years old. And this is powered by the youth of our city and the hours that they put in to making this seamless and professional is unbelievable. Let's listen to them a little bit, the Roundup Band. So this, representing the Sikh community of Calgary, Dashmesh Cultural Centre, I was chatting with these folks this morning, and you know what they want everybody to know? They're open 24/7 if you need help.
That is fantastic, and I really love their messages, what they want to highlight. They say they want to highlight selfless community service, honest living, meditation, and sharing with others.
And that's really at the heart of what they do. They are the first organization often to stand up and say, we can assist with food needs, we can assist with come in from the cold, we can assist with natural disasters. A very impressive organization and a very impressive entry.
And they help anyone, regardless of age, race, or culture. So they are a staple in the community as well. And some great music. I don't even know what these are called following up.
I have never seen these before, but that is quite amazing. Oh, and they've got some of the kids involved too, because the whole, the theme and the culture is to involve from the youngest through to the oldest. Okay, are you ready for this? Because we've got a lot coming up here. The Navy, the Army, and the Air Force, 90,000 regular and reserve members in Canada, and we have a representation of them here right now.
Beautiful to see all of the uniforms. You're going to see a number, hundreds, I think, of people part of this entry as well. This is the HMCS Calgary Chuck Wagon.
Yep.
Again, celebrating 100 years of Chuck Wagon racing here in the city, and they've got smiles. They're ready to go. They're waving to the crowd.
You know, how do they stay clean? I don't know. But of course, HMCS Calgary is anchored off the West Coast and representing with a Chuck Wagon this year. Talk about merging two different organizations. Royal Canadian Navy Marching Contingent as well. Let's have a listen to them.
Important to know that HMCS Tecumseh is a naval reserve. It's based here in Calgary. It's staffed by citizen sailors, and 2023 marks 100 years of the Naval Reserve. That's a theme. 100 years of a lot of things.
It really is, yes. This is the RHIB, the Rigid Hull Inflatable Boat, and with the mascot Sonar. Of course, the mascot would be named Sonar.
I love it.
And this is the Victoria Navy bus in services 2006, educating Canadians on the armed forces.
Say hello to the Canadian Army. This is a 50-member marching contingent in behind them as well. This is a spectacle to see on the Calgary Stampede Parade route. So 50 soldiers from Lord Strathcona's Horse is part of the marching band you are about to see following these Army members.
Oh yes, we've got some big claps for the marching contingent, and here's the artillery band. And now we're coming up on the LAV 6, Dallas. This is a light armored vehicle. It weighs more than me. It weighs 30 tons. We never get up close with these kinds of things, except during the Calgary Stampede. Okay, if you're getting that honk on Deerfoot, you are getting out of the way, aren't you?
And these vehicles, they are at the Stampede Parade on the grounds,
yes,
for especially the little ones, just to take in and see just the spectacle that they are and what they are used for, which is really interesting as well.
And this is the Four-Wing Cold Lake Marching Contingent and Musical Band. Members from Four-Wing Cold Lake up in northern Alberta. Lot of music in this year's parade, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've even got another one coming up. I think I've really missed that with the years that we missed out on the parade, is hearing these the marching bands and the music and their performances from the various organizations.
So that again, the Four-Wing Cold Lake Marching Contingent and Musical Band. Very interesting. We love to see the sights and sounds as we take a look at the crowd. The crowd again, 305,000 last year. Waiting for the next steps to come by as we take a pause where we are at near the beginning of the Calgary Stampede Parade. We know coming up soon, the Calgary Police Service Pipe Band. They've been celebrating 50 years as part of the Calgary Stampede Parade.
And you will find them at many, many events that are involved with emergency services. And it's impressive every single time that you hear them.
Yeah, this pipe band, we're going to show them and listen to them in a bit, but to just talk a little bit more about them. They were formed in 1973 by the sergeant of the Calgary Police Service at the time. And the first public appearance was to lead the 1975 Calgary Stampede Parade. So they've been a part of it ever since. They've been in Ireland recently. They were at the 2023 International Tattoo this September. They're going to be.
Yeah,
they're heading there.
To Ireland. Yep, they're going to be heading to. They go around the world. They perform around the world.
As many of them do.
And they are recognizable around the world. They're considered a very elite marching band. 50 years of service. following the marching band, we've got the Calgary Police Service, and right in the middle you can see Chief Mark Neufeld. Hey, Chief, giving us a wave there.
It's his first time on
a
horse riding in the Calgary Stampede Parade today.
He looks pretty comfortable.
He's got a smile on, of course, surrounded by other members of the Calgary Police Service, which is nice to see.
That's Deputy Chief Chad Topic behind him. Hey, yeah, we see you, Chief. We do see you. Good to see members of the Calgary Police Service out and about. They are here overnight trying to make sure that everything goes off safely with this Calgary Stampede Parade. Well, we have got some music that will make you shake your booty a little bit, maybe do some chair dancing. Fiesta Filipino, presented by the Philippine Festival Council of Alberta. And the theme is Dare to Be.
I love it. Where your story is what you make it, is what they like to say. Where your beginnings don't determine your endings, and where your journey will always be uniquely your own. A similar message from our Stampede Parade Marshal this year as well.
All of the messages are really coinciding here. Let's have a listen to the wonderful music and take a look at the dancing of Fiesta Filipino.
So Fiesta Filipino also showcasing the indigenous groups of the Filipino people, some unique traditional attire you will see, and some cowboy attire as well this morning. They hold a special festival every January right in the Philippines, so it's nice, another cultural float for us this morning. And here we go, the relay racing team.
Oh, yeah.
Not only impressive here on the Stampede route, but if you have not seen a relay race in person, it is wild. It is amazing. The talent and the athleticism of these athletes and these horses is spectacular.
So this is relatively new to Stampede, right? It was an exhibition and then it became part of it. So I think people will really embrace that this year. The relay racing is going to be a big part of it. And the Western Agriculture Heritage Committee, and really isn't that the bottom line of Stampede, right? Western agriculture, that's the roots.
We like to show a little old and a little new. The relay race is part of the evening show since 2017, so if you're going down to the grounds over the next 10 days, highly recommend checking that out. And we are followed by the Stoney Dakota Nations, Bearspaw, Chiniki, Wesley, Treaty 7 members.
Yes, they are coming our way, Treaty 7, in their traditional regalia, and it always a big hit with the crowd as the various Treaty 7 groups make their way through and along the parade route. When I was down at staging earlier this morning, there were some tourists and they were looking for the Treaty 7 entries because that was a big draw for them. So beautiful. Beautiful.
So let's talk about, so for visitors here, the Stoney Dakota Nations include the Bearspaw, the Chiniki, the Wesley Nations, each represented by the Treaty 7 negotiations dating back to the late 1800s. So they've featured in the Stampede Parade entry members, and you can find them at the Elbow River Camp on Stampede grounds throughout the 10 days as well.
And also down at Rope Square. They do a parade down to Rope Square around the noon hour. So you can find them down there. Hey, Cowley's Rafter 6 Ranch coming our way.
This is an entry that we see every year. We always see, Leslie and I were taking a pause, trying to look in the wagons to see if we, because you never know who's going to show up on one of these. Oh, look at that beautiful regalia this morning.
They've got the Hudson's Bay stripes on.
Oh, that's fantastic. So the stagecoach that you're about to see, it honors the original 19th century Concord stagecoach. You got some cowboys in there. They're representing 3 generations of the Rafter 6 Ranch.
Oh, amazing.
So when we say the Rafter 6 entry. We are talking, of course, about the Raptor 6 Ranch, which was established over 100 years ago. Given a wave as we chat about them this morning. So this is, between Banff and Calgary, it's an ideal place to take in that cowboy heritage and culture and tourism. We know that we saw Prime Minister Justin Trudeau in the city yesterday. You're going to find him on the Stampede grounds, but now we are seeing Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre, who we were expecting on the parade route today.
Took his hat off, and we used that moment to pick him out of the crowd.
There he is. Yes, we were looking. That's why we were peeking. We had a feeling he'd be around this part of the parade route. So there he is. He found a cowboy hat. He found a horse. He found his way into our city. A graduate, by the way, of Henry Wisewood High School here in Calgary.
Oh, is that right? I did not realize that. Waving to the crowd there. So part of the Raptor 6 Ranch entry into the Calgary Stampede Parade, and there you get a better look at Pierre Poilievre, Conservative leader. And as Dallas mentioned, Justin Trudeau is in town, not expected to be at the parade, but will be at the Stampede a little bit later on today. And he, Pierre Poilievre and his wife, making their way through. Well, look at the sparkle and the shine coming our way with the visiting royalty.
17.
Yes, queens and princesses. 17 of them.
Yeah, 13. They represent 13 different stampedes throughout the year. So also, this is part of the international contingent we are seeing as part of this stampede. So you're going to see 2 princesses or queens from Australia, 3 from the US, and 12 from Canada. Every year, the reigning royalty attends hundreds of community events, as we've been talking about. They honor heritage, they honor community spirit, which is what we like to see. They have a job to do, and we're so happy to see an international contingent today. Stay with us. Our 2023 Calgary Stampede Parade coverage continues next.
You're watching the Calgary Stampede Parade, a global news special broadcast brought to you by OPA.
Welcome back as we continue with our coverage in front of the Calgary Tower as you're looking now at the 2023 Calgary Stampede Parade, about to kick off the greatest outdoor show on earth for another year, for another 10 days, as we have been enjoying the Calgary Korean Association Cultural Float. So this float, at the beginning of the banner, we missed it there, but they've got a Korean festival coming up in August, 12th and 13th in the city. So you can take in some more of the culture of the Korean Association. But so just, again, some beautiful moments here.
And tomorrow, actually, in Airdrie, they are unveiling a memorial to Korean war vets. It's been a couple of years in the making, and it's finally coming to be, and it will all happen tomorrow.
Taking a look at some Taekwondo, some little ones marching along the parade route, full of energy today.
Oh, they absolutely are. I wonder, and it's not too hot down here. You know, some year we've had some very hot parades, and you can just see that it just sucks these participants dry. But we're getting them fresh. It's not too hot, so we've still got a cool morning, and we've got some more music coming our way, Dallas. The Lakeside Lutheran High School Warrior Marching Band from Wisconsin.
Yes, this is one of the out-of-town entries that we are welcoming back this year for the first time since 2019. So let's have a listen of the Lakeside Lutheran High School Warrior Marching Band from the United States.
Of the season for this marching band. They've had a very busy season, but the Calgary Stampede Parade is the end of marching band season performance time for this band in Wisconsin, and they are heading out to a much-needed break after this.
And we can tell you, these marching bands are here to compete as well. There's different levels of competition as we get going, and as we welcome our viewers, you can see them passing behind us here. Again, one more out-of-town band. We're going to see one from Denmark pass by later on in the show.
And they were giving us a right close-up view right out into the cameras there. And here come our Alizar Shriners of Southern Alberta. They've been taking part in this parade since 1912.
They didn't always have segways, though.
No.
We're going to see the segways come up.
I mean, they have had various iterations. They've got the little planes that are coming our way. We're going to see those. Now, the Shriners, of course, support 22 hospitals for kids throughout North America, and they are really all about helping the kids.
Again, around since 1912, about 250,000 members of the Shriners taking part in that group, and we do love to see them on the Stampede Parade route every year. You know who else is along the Stampede Parade route this morning? And that
we love to see?
The morning show's Jeff McArthur joining us in Calgary for, again, another Stampede. Jeff, how's it going out there?
Oh, it is fantastic. As you were just talking about, the weather could not be better, and the international flavor at this year's Stampede Parade. Look at who I found. Guess where these people are from? All right. We're going to talk to one of my newest friends, Allison, who's representing this great group from the UK. And what do you all have in common?
Agriculture.
You're
all farmers.
Oh, and there's, sorry, about 100 of you here?
There's 90 of us here, all from the Britain, Wales and Scotland.
Yeah. How are you enjoying the Stampede and the Parade so far?
Oh, it's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Well, we know that in the UK, you know your pageantry, you know your parades, just had the coronation, of course. And can we meet a couple of other people? Allison, can you bring us down here?
Yeah.
Okay. We wanted to meet in particular...
Yes,
Scotland! All right, and just to the left of him?
Elvis, but his real name is John.
Okay.
And he's in his 80s.
Oh, Elvis, welcome to the Stampede. Got a whole lot of shaking going on.
Oh,
yes.
Yes, he did do last night.
Did, yeah.
We had a Stampede dinner last night at the hotel, and he showed us all how to dance.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. Enjoy the Stampede and the Parade.
You're welcome.
And
Thank you.
appreciate you being here. Dallas, Leslie, back to you.
Boy, talk about an international contingent.
No kidding. You hear that sound? We've got the Tin Lizzies coming. So this is the new Segway version of the Shriners, but behind those little cars that are part of my childhood coming down to the Calgary Stampede Parade. Always a fan favorite. So yes, the Tin Lizzies, the Air Corps, mini planes with pilots. Just what the Shriners are known for.
They have every mode of transportation going on here. I've never seen that little tiny bus before, I don't think. That's a bus that has room for just one Shriner in it.
Just one Shriner. Look at all these little vehicles. It is part of the fun and cheeky moments of the Shriners. But again, they do give back to the community. There's 190 different clubs throughout the world, 250,000 members, and they do support, in North America alone, 22 hospitals for kids. But those little horns, I'm waiting to hear some more of them. It's the best part of the Shriners, of the Calgary Stampede Parade, aside from the members, of course.
Yes, I wonder, I've never seen anybody get in or out of one of those cars. I wonder how difficult that is, because they are teeny tiny. And here comes the little bus. And then the Shriners go on forever and ever and ever, all the modes of transportation. And now they're all going to honk their horns. Even the dinosaurs, that's the mode of transportation that I started out on.
I'm still trying to see if there's a person inside the little bus, but I can't see
Let's
it.
assume there is, otherwise I would be scared,
Otherwise
right?
we're in trouble. All right, and now we've got the animal edition of the Shriners as well.
As you do, dinosaurs wearing ties.
Where do they store all these vehicles in the off-season?
They've
what I want to know.
A lot of garages, right? Let's say hello to the Penticton Peach Festival. Peach Fest began in 1947, celebrate the peach harvest in Penticton. And Penticton, I think, has to be one of the most beautiful places in the world.
And they've got good peaches.
Super delicious peaches, and the float clearly is celebrating that.
So they normally come here for the Calgary Stampede every year.
Yep.
We see this float here, and that really leads up to their Peach Fest, which is coming up in August. So it's the 9th through the 13th this year throughout the Okanagan Valley. Big part of BC when you see the peaches and the wine festivals
absolutely.
and everything else happening in the summer. Everyone wants to head to that part of BC.
Absolutely.
It's so nice.
All right, moving on to Fallon Daffa.
The Falloon Daffa Band, beautiful blue and white today. They are another marching band formed in 2005, has branches all over the world, and we have seen them join us before. And this,
so this is the Tian.
this is part of Falloon Daffa. It is part of raising awareness for the Falloon Daffa, but this particular band is called the Tian Guao Band. And we are going to have a little listen to them. The Tian Guao, by the way, it means celestial in Chinese. So the idea is that reflects the band's spiritual origins. So celestial, again, part of the space
all the themes, right?
That we're seeing today.
And here we have some city councilors. There's Terry Wong, Andre Chabot, and Dan McLean on our side. And we've got a couple of different chuck wagons with various councillors. Here we have Jennifer Wyness, Raj Dhaliwal, Richard Pootmans, all giving a wave to the fans that are taking in the parade. Your Calgary City Council represented at the Calgary Stampede Parade.
Of course, Mayor Jody Gondak a little bit earlier in the parade, riding alongside Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre and some other politicians there as well. Let's take a look at the Calgary Regional Appaloosa Club. The Appaloosa is a fan favorite for the horse category.
Oh, yes, always, right?
In some of the more than 800 horses we are seeing along this parade route today. Beautiful spots, beautiful outfits on the riders as well.
Those horses really are stunning, aren't they? You can see why they're such a fan favorite. So this entry winning the Best Western Legacy Award, and it is the CP Little General Mini Train. This one is also a fan favorite. It was built in 2014. CP employee volunteers and contractors. Of course, Canadian Pacific is that iconic railway connecting Canadians from coast to coast.
So you have been talking about how this is a float winner. Can you explain again just how that works? Because the one we saw previously with the University of Calgary Space Rex, they won the Creative and Innovative Award.
Oh, well, there's a variety of categories that they can win in, and there's a variety of judging panels that do all the awards. So it depends what category. That's why they've got the banners there. Innovation, that's no surprise with the U of C Legacy Award. Again, no surprise with CP.
And we were talking to a number of fans on the parade route earlier this morning as they were lining up. It was some of the first little ones I saw who were lining up before 5 o'clock this morning. I was chatting with them, and one little girl said to me, you know what I'm looking forward to most? And you never know what they're going to say. This little girl said, I want to see the Ghostbusters.
Oh!
I come every year for the Ghostbusters. Giving a little wave to CP, giving a little yahoo as they're dancing along the parade route today.
The Little General right in front of our spot here at 9th Avenue and Center Street. The parade starts at 3rd Street. We're at 9th Avenue and Center Street. And that is a pretty amazing replica there, the mini train, a quarter scale.
Again, I try to think of it from a visitor's point of view.
Yeah.
We see these more often and hear them like that. But it is part of our culture and Western heritage as well. Nice to see. Okay, now we're getting into the Alberta Ghostbusters.
Also part of our culture. A very popular entry always, the Alberta Ghostbusters. They raise money all year round. They are raising money for local charities. More than 50 members province-wide. They have been dressed in their outfits and ready to go since about 6 o'clock this morning.
They are beautiful proton packs. I don't know if they're using them at all, but the protein packs you see with the natural Ghostbusters, and you see the vehicle there, which is the classic Ghostbusters vehicle, the Ecto-1.
Oh, I think we're going to be doing some ghost busting right about now with the crowd. He's looking. They do some great work around the city. You know, they use their notoriety for good. You often will see them at various charity events, and they're always such a big hit with I'm not just going to say kids, Dallas, because it is kids and it is adults alike that love the Ghostbusters. And it's iconic.
Yeah, and our film industry, now that it's growing, and we've seen a lot of productions throughout the province, the latest Ghostbusters among them, where you could spot a number of Alberta landmarks in that movie. Just a classic rendition.
And really, we're seeing that more and more now with all the movies that are being done here. More iconic Alberta spots, right?
Yes.
Recognizable.
And The Last of Us was here, Pedro Pascal. Yes. There were rumors before the parade marshal was announced that it was going to be him. For the Stampede Parade this year, of course, we are being led by the 2023 Stampede Parade Marshal Jeremy Hansen, the Canadian Space Agency astronaut who is going to go to the moon. He can handle all these distractions. He's going to the moon. He's used to it. But there goes the Ecto-1 right beside us on the parade route. We're right under the Calgary Tower, just across the street. We got a good vantage point, Leslie. We're happy.
Oh, yeah, we really do. We can see it all coming our way. More Falloon Dafa.
Yes, so this is another cultural float. We saw a Falloon Dafa entry with a marching band earlier. So this is a non-profit organization. Their message here, and I love it when we get to talk about the messages of each float because everyone has a theme and there is importance and thought put into each one of these entries. Truth, compassion, and tolerance. So they believe that these three traits are universal and something that we can all appreciate, which I think is something that we can do. And this is the 20th anniversary for the Falloon Dafa in this Calgary Stampede.
And you can see those signs on the float. The boat, which is the float, is a symbol of the voyage towards Buddhahood.
Okay.
So 20 years of spreading the messages of truthfulness, compassion, and forbearance. Let's listen a little bit to the band and watch these dancers as they approach us, Falloon Dafa.
Beautiful colors of yellow and pink lining this in another one of the cultural entries in this Calgary Stampede Parade. 94 entries and change this year. Oh my gosh, another fan favorite.
The little miniature horses. I think these ones are just the right size, to tell you the truth. And they are so spunky and they've got such great personality. This is the Miniature Horse Committee, and they've got their horses all decked out. We've got some different colors. We've got the flowers. You can catch these miniature horses at the Stampede grounds. They will be competing from the 14th to the 16th at the Canadian National Miniature Horse Show, and you're going to find that at the Nutrien Western Event Center at Stampede Park. You can also catch these little guys at the Agriculture Building, where there's so many amazing animals to visit with.
Thanks for doing all the work there. I was just captivated, hanging over the edge, watching these little miniature horses. Just such a great part of the Calgary Stampede Parade. They are so cute. Oh my goodness. All right, Best Horse Award.
Society of Tilt and Lance Cavalry. So this is very interesting. It has been in the parade for 3 years now. Founded in 1991. Jousting and medieval riding in Western Canada. These armored knights are competitors. Remember, we had some armored knights in to take on Blake?
It is a passion. It is a passion if you are into the medieval.
And another award winner right now, the Best Business and Entrepreneur Award.
This one is
to Wow One Day Painting.
And this is so fascinating. We've gotten to talk about them. So this is where everyone needs to pay attention, because you can win that house on the parade. You can do it at home too. All you need to do is take a selfie with this parade float, and then you can enter to win that house. They give it away every year. So this is the 4th one they've created. So you just have to tag them Wow One Day on their Instagram or Facebook pages, and then they will determine a winner.
Well, with the price of housing, I think, you could win that one. Maybe
that's a big doghouse.
Scale down your family a little bit, kick those adult children out, and then away you go.
So,
all right, the Tai Chi Tiger Float by the Calgary Tai Chi and Martial Arts College. This is athleticism.
Look at what is leading the parade today. Look at him go. Wow. 2 hours of this. Again, a reminder, it takes 2 hours to get to the start of the parade route to the end of the parade route. Taking a little break, walking down, and we're seeing some beautiful movement.
My goodness.
Happening.
It's just like ballet to watch it, isn't it? The movements are so deliberate, yet so graceful, strong, and powerful. I'm fascinated by this.
And I can tell you that this is the first and only Chinese martial arts school in all of Alberta to achieve gold medals at world level competitions sanctioned by the international group that does this. So,
okay.
Congratulations.
Outstanding. Love this. Thank you very much for that. Grandmaster Kai is one of the few Tai Chi masters in the world. So we are very lucky to have that represented by a float, as well as the participants walking the parade and practicing their craft on the parade.
And that's what you can see on the float, Les, is the ballet-like movement you were talking about. So we're probably not describing that in a proper way, but its movement is so fluid and beautiful, and just what Tai Chi represents.
It really, and does it give you a sense of peace to watch these people as well? I love it. I embrace this. Now, I hear a little bit of music coming our way. It is the Calgary Fire Department Honor Guard, that unmistakable sound of the pipes and drums coming our way from the Calgary Fire Department. Now, all of the Honor Guard members in this parade are dressed in their number ones. That's what their uniform is called. And on their arm, a patch with 9 red maple leaves. And that represents the 9 Calgary firefighters who have passed away in the line of duty. Very, very touching.
All right, followed behind the bands and drums is the actual Honor Guard. So they've been a part of the Stampede Parade for 25 years now. They are all dressed in uniform, as we like to see. Calgary Fire Department Honor Guard, established back in 1970. Honor our fallen is its motto, which we definitely understand.
And there we get a glimpse of Fire Chief Steve Dongworth, probably one of the tallest people in the parade. And you put that hat on him and it makes him even taller. So we saw the pipes and the drums, we saw the VIPs.
And now we are looking at the Calgary Firefighters Antique Brigade, and that's what you're listening to right now.
And that is so great to see that. And you can catch that rig out at various events around town.
That too is 100 years old. That was first showcased in 1923. That, what do you call it? The Brigade.
The Brigade, yes, the
That
Brigade.
vehicle has been around for 100 years, just like the chuck wagons. There we go. All right, let's take a look at some more politicians, some MLAs. I see Joe Cece. I see Irfan Sabir, Andrea Chapman. MLAs represented. Pancakes and politics, we like to say during the 10 days
pancakes
of
and
Stampede.
politics is a big theme during Stampede, always. Rebecca Schultz, Eric Bouchard, Mike Ellis, Calgary West.
Hard
former
to
police officer.
notice them sometimes. Now they're all decked out in their cowboy gear. We're not used to
I
that.
know, but isn't that the same with everybody? You run into someone and you're like, oh, I think you look familiar, but I don't see you in a hat but once a year. So hard to recognize you. And some more MLAs coming our way, followed by the heavy horses, Dallas. And these are the Shelley V. Percherons, heavy horses. Their 30th year in this parade.
I love the
beautiful.
Percherons. Look at just the size of them and their feet. They've got their hooves painted as well. Love to see. And it's really remarkable how well these horses handle this parade. There's a lot going on.
Yep.
And their owners and the horses do such a good job of just navigating their way through.
Absolutely. The music of the Ukraine comes our way. This is Glory to Ukraine. 150 members of the Ukrainian community marching as a human flag. You can see the blue and the yellow umbrellas. The flag, of course, honoring the bravery of Ukrainian people fighting to defend their right to freedom and bringing awareness about the war in Ukraine. We've got the tribes of Ukrainian dancers, Ukrainian musicians, and traditional Ukrainian costumes.
So if you saw these umbrellas from up above on top of them, they form the Ukrainian flag. So if you look from top down, the idea is that they are representing Ukraine, its flag, and everything that it is going through right now.
Followed by the Calgary Western Riders. This is the mounted color party. 70th anniversary this year for this organization, and more than 60 appearances at the Calgary Stampede. So once again, one of those organizations that has a very long history of taking part in the Calgary Stampede.
And we are so lucky to be able to share this tradition with all of these entries and talk about just the deep roots of this Calgary Stampede Parade and the 90-some entries that are a part of it. Stay with us. Your Stampede coverage continues next. You are taking a look at Red Deer Royals Marching Show Band as our coverage of the 2023 Calgary Stampede Parade continues. This is their 54th year. They've been at the Stampede Parade for 25 years. Let's take a minute to listen.
Oh, there you go. The Red Deer Royals Marching Band as we greet the Telescience Center that is coming our way. And let's pop down to our friend Jeff, who is down on the parade route and has met some more friends, Jeff.
Yes, I have, Leslie. Actually, I'm not on the parade route. I've got maybe the second best seats in the house next to where you and Dallas are. This is my new friend Sheena and her friends, and you've all gathered here. You actually just moved in here?
Yeah, we moved in June 1st, and the first thing we said was that we are going to have a parade watching party. Best seats in the whole city, in my opinion.
Yeah.
We get to look down on everybody and watch them. It's fun.
Was that a selling point of getting this place?
No, but it's a good one.
I would say. Yes. So tell me a bit about this building, because I understand it's the building we're in here, it's 100 years old.
Yeah, I do believe it was the very first high-rise in Canada, possibly, or maybe at least Alberta. Yeah. And I've been in the building for 3 years. It's full of history. It's full of ghosts. We love this building. Floors creak. There's so much character in the walls, and there's so many like other amazing businesses in the building as well. And it's just like a perfect place to be and create.
No kidding. So have you heard from a ghost?
I've heard a couple ghosts. Okay. I like to call my partner if I'm here at night by myself. I like call him and be like, can you walk me through the halls on the phone just in case?
Yeah. You know? All right, is everybody having a good time here at the first Stampede viewing party? Yeah. A little Yahoo! Yahoo! All right, well, thank you for inviting me in.
Thank you, Jeff.
Appreciate it. All right, Dallas, Leslie, back to you.
Where are we going to find Jeff next?
There he is. Of course he has found himself a haunted
That's
apartment.
not Jeff.
No, that's not Jeff. That's a banana from the Talis Spark Science Center. A banana. But how cool is that? That building, a great view. Taking a look at the Calgary Police Association and the Missing Children Society, and they had it followed by an entry from Parks Canada, the Mounted Color Party, and the float.
Yeah, 35 years for the Calgary Stampede Parade for Parks Canada, and how Canadian is this? They say they're mixing traditional with modern technology, old and new. You see the beaver, you see the fish, you see that big fisherman on top of that parade, and just the classic outfit for Parks Canada employees.
Oh, and the fish is blowing bubbles. Okay, I was wondering where the bubbles were coming from. Mixing the old and the new. Nature, these are the men and women that, of course, take care of, make sure our parks are safe, make sure that everything is as it should be.
Is that a porcupine?
I think that might be a porcupine, or those are some really bad highlights from someone. So Parks Canada.
I love it.
The float and the folks, followed by the Salvation Army Glenmore Temple. This is the longest participating band in this parade. So unbelievably has been every single year. Let's have a listen to that. Salvation Army Band to share the message of God's love to the world through music, dozens and dozens of members, followed by a different kind of music, Dallas, the Nigerian Canadian Association of Calgary.
I want to tell you more about them, but as they pass by here, let's listen to some of their music for just a moment.
Unity in diversity is the theme of this entry, and it features the Nigerian coat of arms. We've got some good energy, some dancing, and some music coming from that float, followed by Alberta Environmental Enforcement Branch, the Mounted Color Parties, and some big waves from these folks.
And the Queen's Alumni Committee. This is a VIP entry this year, so here comes the royalty.
And you know, the Queen's Alumni is a very active organization that does a lot of work throughout the year. They do a lot of work with children's charities, and on Monday they will be hosting their annual pre-opening at Stampede breakfast for some very special kids, and we're going to be there and we're going to hear from them. But it's a very interesting organization because they're all still very close. They do a lot of work together all year round, very active, the Queen's Alumni.
It is part of who you become, and we're going to see that with some of the athletes. You're a flame, you're always going to be a flame, but you're a Stampede royally, royalty, and you stay that way. And we can tell you this as Calgary Stampede Queens alumni has been around since 1946. And we are going to be followed by another fan favorite, the Guns of the Golden West. Hopefully, right in front of us, Les, we're going to be treated to one of their famous shows that they do. So they have that stagecoach that we know from the 1880s, providing the transport. And there's a reason it's called Guns of the Golden West, because they're going to bring them out, I think.
They look like they might be preparing. Have you ever been kidnapped by the Guns of the Golden West gang?
I have not, but if you're not ready for it,
it can be very jarring. So we're letting you all know right now that is what is going on with the Guns of the Golden West. And they often will do performances down at Olympics Plaza, so Rope Square. They do performances there. They do performances really around the city, not just during Stampede time, but they do performances all year long. So
around North America as well. Yeah, they are a traveling troupe of the Guns of the Golden West. So the theme for this year, good guy, bad guy scenario. Classic. Ultimately, it's the grumpy old sheriff's niece who gets the job done. I spoiled the ending.
Well, they say if you want to get the job done right, you have to get a woman to do it.
Oh, boy.
You know, and the of the era really had to be strong, and they had to be capable, and they had to be resilient. So that is one of the themes that we're celebrating throughout the Stampede and throughout this parade, but every year during the Stampede, right?
Yes, and every year during the Stampede, after the Stampede Parade, is a good time to go to the park, because everyone here, 300,000 of your closest friends, are going to be making their way to the park for that free entry until 1:30 this afternoon.
And this is great to get a deal, right? Anytime you can get some free entry, or you can get something going on, a pancake breakfast, take advantage of it, because it really helps to bring down the cost.
All right, and by the way, the Guns of the Golden West formed in 1981, fan favorite.
Oh, for sure.
Fan favorite award. So here they go. The saloon is going to come here. They're running. And there are value days throughout the Stampede, so not just today, but you've got Family Day as well.
Oh, and you've got Kids Day.
Community Day.
Community Spirit Day. Yeah, so look up, just so you know, search the Calgary Stampede website, and it's going to give you all the info that you need to find out when you can get in early for a Stampede breakfast. Okay, CSEC, Calgary Sports and Entertainment, Flames, Hitmen, Stampeders, Roughnecks, and new this year, the Calgary Wranglers, plus Flames alumni. Now, we hear there's not going to be an Iggy sighting here, Jerome McGinley.
But you never know.
I'm
We're
still
watching.
Scanning, just in case.
Find out who's going to be under the cowboy hats. We know a huge community advocate, community member, Calgary Flames Alumni Association member Jamie McCowan is on the route here, along with a number of other ones.
Dana Merzen, Perry Berzan, Colin Patterson, Chelsea and Quick Six are here from the Stampeders. We always see them going up and down when the Stampeders make a touchdown. Oh, there's Perry Berzan getting away from some of the alumni here. That's Jamie McCowan right there.
Yep, there we go. You got to look through the cowboy hats because you recognize them. And there they are. The Roughnecks, you know, just such a part of our community as well. We won't talk about the new arena, the new field house today.
No, let's not talk about the new arena or the green line or parking permits.
Harvey the Hound signed another 2-year deal with the Calgary Flames.
Thank goodness for Harvey the Hound signing a new deal. And here we go with some of the Outriders. I met with some of the Outriders a couple of weeks ago when I was doing some stuff with the Flames. Man, you know, I have a soft spot in my heart for cheerleaders because I was one, but it ain't easy, and these ladies do a fantastic job of keeping the fans entertained.
Were you there with your pom-poms or without your pom-poms?
I always have pom-poms with me.
You always have your pom-poms.
Just in case, you never know.
All right, let's bring in the Siksika now. Just beautiful regalia on these mounted horses. An important part of this Stampede Parade as well, as we see them pass by on another horse entry, this time the Siksika.
Blackfoot Confederacy, Pagani, Kainai, and Siksika. And you can catch them at the Elbow River Camp. It is a huge part of being on the ground is a visit to the Elbow River Camp.
And it used to be located at a different part where the Super Dog shows are going to be now. So it's now moved into, I think, a more visible area where more people can just take in everything that it has to offer. Right.
More room, and you can talk to the families, and you can learn and educate yourself and see some of the beautiful regalia and the teepees are up. So Elbow River Camp is definitely, it's a must-see when you go to.
And the powwow this year, too. I'm
Yes.
not sure what day that's
Which
on,
is
but that's coming up.
so stunning to see and was such a hit last year. So the powwow is going to be back this year, another must-see for you at the Stampede.
I
So-
love seeing the little ones in these wagons.
I
All the
know.
kids in the Stampede Parade. It's such a big lift and a long day for them, but they're doing such a great job and hopefully getting their love from the crowd. Some 100, 200, 300,000 friends they've got lining
Well,
the route
it
to cheer
does
them
look
on.
busy, doesn't it? I mean, these people are what, 8-10 thick? So yeah, I'd say that it'll be interesting to see the total. It was over 300,000 last year, so it will be interesting to see the total from this year. We're not going to have that until a little bit later on, but it looks like it's fairly crowded to me. So this is the Alberta Friesian Horse Association.
Okay, the Friesians have arrived.
Beautiful horses.
They are a group of people from the Netherlands having a lot of fun with their Friesian horses because they've got the boots with the fur. You can notice the differences between each breed of horse here, and these are just gorgeous horses. They are one of the oldest domesticated breeds in Europe. They originated in the Netherlands. So they're like a light draft horse in size if you know your horses, but they have that high trot, so that clop clop, and you can see they pick up their knees a little bit more than some of the other breeds, which is neat to see. So in the Stampede Parade, for 20 years, Friesian horses.
Well, I feel like I've just had a whole horse education session. Thank you, Dallas Flexhaug. I did not know all of that. We are live on the parade route, 9th Avenue and Center, and we'll be back with more from the 2023 Calgary Stampede Parade coming up in just a couple of minutes.
Lotteries, though. We take a live look at the Calgary Stampede Parade from our Global One News helicopter. What a vantage point to see. We're back, baby. It really feels the energy this year. International travel is back, and so are the people.
Oh yeah, that was great to see that shot from our helicopter Global One, Brandy and her crew up there, because that really gives you a look at how many people are lining the sides of the road as we continue with our live coverage of the Calgary Stampede Parade 2023. We're at 9th Avenue and Center Street, and right now we're hearing and seeing from the lottery folks. I love the lottery folks at Stampede, Rotary, Kinsman. Lottery tickets, sure, you can win big, but you know what? You're helping the kids all year round.
And you can win in a number of ways as well. It's not just the house. You got a 50-50. There's boats, there's cars, which you can see. They're right on the Stampede ground.
Yes,
there after
electric bikes, e-bikes.
Oh.
I rode an e-bike, and I was very impressed. It wasn't as heavy as I thought. It wasn't as hard to maneuver because, you know, balance. But it was really super fun to zip around. So think about that when you're on the grounds. Do you want to buy one of the lottery tickets? And we'll be drawing that the week after Stampede. And we'll let you know, but trust me, we'll call you if you win.
And the 50-50 before the Stampede even started was already getting up there because they did the pre-sales ahead of time.
Oh yes, absolutely. So. It's a life-changing amount if you win that. So there we go. The Dream Home, the Kinsman Wheels, the 50-50, the Lotteries Committee work all year round to make sure that they've got some great prizes and you can win and you can help kids in the process.
And then you can get your mini donuts and your lemonade and your peanut butter pickle corn dog.
I'm unclear. I'm unsure about the hot dog situations this year. I'm going to check it out and I will report back.
How about candy? Do you like candy?
Well, yeah.
We've got a candy shop float coming our way.
This is the Cotter High School Marching Band, and this group, Dallas, is out of Minnesota.
Another international entry into this Calgary Stampede. Oh, love to see. It's just such a community, and to be able to share the Calgary Stampede Parade with the country, but also North America and beyond is really special.
Wow, look at them. They're just sprinting into action. Are they going to do that the entire parade route?
So the last time they were here, 2017, so they've made an appearance before, but it's been a minute. So let's have a little listen to the Cotter High School Marching Band from Minnesota.
the Candyman can, because the Candyman always can, as we hear from the Cotter High School Marching Band from Minnesota last year in 2017, and we welcome them back this year.
They're also going to do I Want Candy, to the whole candy shop theme. They're going to do the candy shop, they're going to do Pure Imagination, the Candyman, I Want Candy. They've got it all. What a sweet entry.
Oh, yes, very nicely done.
They're stopped right beside us, so here they go again.
Now they have to wear off some of that candy with some dancing.
To the Best Overall Parade Award. Guess how long it took the folks to make this float, Leslie?
Well, I cannot even imagine. It is the Hippo Love Creative Art Society.
Let me answer you.
Go-Go.
2,000 hours it took. It took 2,000 hours.
Well, take a look at it. I can see how that would happen.
Okay, sorry, go on.
This is a feat of engineering right here. So, best overall parade winner. So, Steely Teeth. It's a mutant vehicle turtle that symbolizes slow and steady wins the race. So, a Go-Go Artist Collective featuring some of Calgary's top dancers are the accompanying artists on this one. So, they actually entered Burning Man Festival at Steely Teeth and won.
That's why you get the party atmosphere here.
It's a total party atmosphere. Yes, absolutely. So your best overall parade winner, because that is unbelievable. And 2,000 hours, it looks like it. A very entertaining entry from the Hippo Love Creative Art Society and a Go-Go.
Mutant turtle.
Mutant turtle.
Vehicle.
Slow and steady wins the race.
I like it.
Astro Jeremy would agree with that,
I think so. And trail rides too. When you're on a trail ride, maybe over by the mountains, JKL trail rides perhaps, slow and steady wins the race if you're headed that way as well. And that is the entry we are looking at now. This is a debut for the JKL trail rides and the Pegasus horses, as you can see their wings there. So beautiful.
Here I am learning so much sitting beside you about horses. You didn't tell me that we have Pegasus horses with purple and pink wings. Where do you find one of those?
Oh my goodness. Well, at JK Trail Rides,
apparently
perhaps.
You do,
yes. So they were established in 2004, but again, just their first entry in the Calgary Stampede Parade. So I imagine they're having quite the morning this morning.
Oh, absolutely. That is just stunning. I love that entry. Thank you for that.
And it was volunteers. I'm sorry, Leslie, I'm cutting you off. Volunteers who created those Pegasus wins, by the way.
And the outfits and the blankets on the horses. The whole thing is outstanding. This is the Fort Calgary Outriders. It's a mounted color party. So this is riding enthusiasts from all over the Calgary area. So in southern Alberta, they get together, they ride annually in more than a dozen events. They do parades, they do community events. They are promoting teamwork, collaboration, horseback riding, education. 1975, they were founded out of Fort Calgary. So those are some really well-trained horses.
They're great size, and they're just motoring along. And then we got the Children's Cottage Society. They've been a part of the Calgary Stampede Parade for a while as well. Last year alone, the society helped more than 3,000 children and 1,500 families in need of emergency shelter.
Oh, yeah.
especially because of what the pandemic, the toll that took on a lot of families, as we know. So they do such great work, and they look great marching along the Calgary Stampede Parade as well.
And they're going to be doing more great work because they will be opening a new children's cottage in the Northwest on Home Road. I've been watching the progress. They're building it. It is so much bigger than the original one in the northeast part of the city. And it is so needed because they actually do have to turn away families and kids in crisis. There's always somewhere to go and always someone to listen to, and the Children's Cottage Society does some really excellent work.
And part of its programming as well, and part of that new center, 20-bed crisis nursery, mental health and counseling site as well. So they help in all sorts of ways.
It's wraparound help.
It's wraparound help. The Calgary Marthai Association, another cultural entry, another colorful entry. I love to see the flags flying in each.
It really is, and the music is stunning as well. Shall we have a little listen to the Calgary McArthur Association? Volunteers with the Calgary McArthur Association spend hundreds and hundreds of hours every year involved in various charitable activities, food, clothing drives, blood donation drives, educational events, social events. So a very active community organization, an active volunteer community organization.
Let's talk about the flags as well. It's nice to listen in to some of this music here, but the saffron flags of the Marathi Empire, it's traditional. The Indian tricolor, the Canadian maple leaf flag as well. So the flags, as part of this entry, have a lot of meaning today, this morning as well. And the cymbals, those are traditional cymbals as well. You've got traditional drums. You got a bass, you got snare drums, all part of this entry today.
Beautiful traditional regalia, the detail and the work that must go into creating these outfits it takes a long time for these groups to prepare for the Calgary Stampede Parade. When you think about the organizations, the music, the dancing, the regalia, bringing that all together and getting it all organized is an unbelievable feat, and they come through and do it every year, somehow bigger and better and brighter and more beautiful than the year before. And here are those snare drums.
Thousands of people, Les, and you spend a lot of time in the staging area where they all gather. How does that work?
Oh, thousands of people gather and they make their plans months in advance, Dallas, and it takes a long time to build these floats and to get the permission and to organize everything. And then this is the result. We get some of the beautiful sights and sounds that we're seeing right now. And then there's Pete the Plumber.
If you live in Calgary, you know who Pete the Plumber is. He's got 2 entries this year. We're going to try and get his attention. We're giving him a wave up here this morning. We're getting a woo from Pete the Plumber.
I saw Pete and Lynn and Dino this morning. Hi.
So he's got the regular float, and then they've got the mounted guard this morning. So Two Hearts Equine Rehabilitation Group. So they help horses find new purpose and belief in themselves, if you can believe it. There are people who understand just how horses work, and so they help rehabilitate them.
Yes.
Which is fantastic.
It's really the animal focus, right? The animal welfare and the animal wellness focus. So Pete the Plumber expanding his entries this year. And this, Dallas, is our band from Denmark.
The Vanguard Boys Band coming from overseas. They've been around since 1954. One of the oldest bands in Denmark. Shall we have a little listen?
Welcome them back in 2023 after a couple of years. And now we've got some of our MPs from Southern Alberta.
Yeah, we got Pat Kelly, Tom Kimmich from Calgary. Just beautiful music. Once again, from Denmark, you're listening to in the background. The Honorable Michelle Rempel-Garner joining us as well from the Calgary Nose Hill Riding. And a big cowboy hat.
Very big cowboy hat. That is representing the Rotary Club and, of course, the Rotary Service Club. It is an international organization, very active here in Calgary, and certainly one of the groups involved with the lotteries on the Stampede grounds.
Right.
So they do some great work raising money. They're service clubs, raising money, handing out money. Makes it all worthwhile, they say.
It certainly does. 1.4 million Rotary members across the world, and a big presence here in Calgary, as we know. Was that it? That was a yeehaw. And we will give a yahoo back to them. So the Steel Scouts Commemorative Troop mounted color party.
This is
more horses.
44th year riding in the Stampede for this group. 1885, about 100 Alberta cowboys, ranchers, and frontiersmen got together, and that's how this group became the group that it has evolved into today.
They're giving some yahoos. So their passion there is to really highlight Alberta's history, which is good to bring up and talk about as well. And as we like to talk about, especially during the Calgary Stampede Parade and the heritage and our Western roots.
Well, we always need law and order, Western roots or not, and that's where we've got our Alberta sheriffs.
They are in town.
They have got 800 sworn members in Alberta. They do some terrific work in various areas of the community, 800 of them, and the community involvement is the theme of the Alberta Sheriffs.
We're seeing it the banner, the Suncor banner, because they are the official sponsor of the Calgary Stampede Parade. And that banner, what does that mean, Leslie?
It means that's the end of the Calgary Stampede Parade. Thank you, Suncor, climbing on board. We've got emergency services that is pulling up the rear here. Alberta Health Services, EMS, paramedics. Man, we know they do amazing work. Firefighters and Calgary Police Service.
The theme I took from today, we're all in this together.
Yep.
You can do what you put your mind to.
Yep.
And we're back. And we're back. Celebrating 100 years.
I feel that today. I feel like we're back. Jeff, how about you? No, Jeff?
There's our Good Morning Show's Jeff McArthur.
We got a lot of marching bands, a lot of cheering going on here, and yes, we are back for sure. And you know what? It's been so great to be back here. If I could just say on a personal note, it's a big highlight each and every year for TMS, the morning show, to come out here and broadcast, and for all of you to make me a part of this and part of the parade. Everybody from the staff there, Global Calgary, to everybody here in the crowd have been just so great, so welcoming, and as I mentioned, love being here each and every year. And by the way, as we get ready to sign off, I just wanted to say, I don't know if you noticed or not, but Dallas, in solidarity with you.
What did he say? I missed it.
He put his hat on backwards because our Dallas started the day with her hat on backwards because she was in a bit of a rush. Jeff, it doesn't matter how your hat is, you always look good, and we sure love having you here with part of us with the Stampede. We're glad that you were here with us this year to really say welcome back. It's got a different feel this year.
It does, and we're so happy to be down here on the parade route as well, and so much to take in now from this moment down at the Stampede grounds. That's Jeff McArthur's from the morning show. Over the next 10 days, as some of the food, are you going to try the ketchup and mustard ice cream?
I like to dive into a few things.
Okay.
Pineapple whip.
Oh yeah, that's
mini
a good
donuts.
Yeah.
I will not be eating bugs this year.
Okay.
A hot dog has ketchup on it. Ice cream does not.
Okay.
And then one of those big lemonades. I love those as well.
Lemonade.
I think it's going to be a fun show. So I hope you get down to the grounds, take in some of the culture and the history and the fun, and let's just have a great Stampede, everybody. Keep it safe. Be kind to everybody, and welcome the tourists from out of town because there's a lot of them this year.
There's a lot of them. What about the sugar cookie that's got dill pickle in it and then flaming hot Cheeto icing on top?
No.
What about a lightsaber covered in cotton candy? So you've got
No. Mini donuts, Dole Whip, and lemonade. I'm a traditionalist. I don't step out of my box. I'm not spicy like you.
All right, we've got 10 days of Stampede, so much live music throughout the city, so many small businesses that you can support throughout the city.
Yep.
If you're visiting from out of town, find your way to the mountains out west because it really is a sight to see, some of the best sights in the world.
And take a breath. Stampede's pretty much like,
No, just go. Just go.
Take a breath. Have a great Stampede, everybody, and Yahoo!